Welcome back to the #YLKC Medicine podcast, where we turn the spotlight on LKC Medicine's MBBS program. Your host for today is me, Amanda Aoyong, a LKC Medicine Year 1 student. For our third episode, we'll be approaching the clinical side of LKC Medicine's MBBS program, an area I'm sure you and I are very interested to learn more about. As a quick summary, clinical practice is stretched across years 3 to 5 in MBBS. Year 3 focuses more on core clinical practices and short postings, and Year 4 allows us to practice medicine across all stages of life and in diverse settings. Finally, in Year 5, alongside an overseas and home-based elective, we also undergo the Student Assistantship program in our final 10 weeks to ensure that we are fully prepared as a doctor. Today, I am very honoured to introduce our guest, who will be talking with us about his approach to guiding students through the clinical practice. Please welcome Assistant Prof. Kaushal Sanghvi, Principal Lead for Surgery of our MBBS program.
Hi, I'm Assistant Prof. Kaushal Sanghvi, and I'll try to answer Amanda's question as much as for honesty and integrity over here.
It's great to have you today, Prof. Let's get into some of the burning questions our listeners have for you. Firstly, could you share with us a little bit more about your role in LKC Medicine?
Thanks, Amanda. I'm a principal lead for LKC surgery, and I oversee curriculum changes. I oversee assessment. I'm also involved in the standard setting for your OSCEs, and it is an overall view of your Year 3 and Year 5 and all the clinical years of teaching. I also oversee the Student Assistantship program, as it then unfolds after your final exam into various other hospitals, and I coordinate with other hospitals so that you all have a good and a fruitful experience.
Wow, that sounds really interesting. How would you explain more to a prospective student the curriculum or teaching approaches at LKC Medicine, especially in clinical practice? And how does LKC's curriculum stand apart from other programs?
Wow, very difficult question, but I'll try to make it simple. LKC Medicine primarily has a vertical and a horizontal teaching band, where subjects are taught from Year 1 to Year 5 in a vertical manner and also in a horizontal fashion in your ensuing years. And where it stands apart is that it sort of makes you connect the dots earlier, and that's how I see it. So by the time you come into your Year 3, which is your first clinical experience into the hospital, you're already starting to learn to join the dots about the various components of medicine which you have learned in Year 1 and Year 2. And where it really stands apart from all other medical schools is how LKC runs its student assistantship program, which is very different as it is held after the finishing of your final exam. So when you actually go for your student assistantship program into various hospitals, you are not burdened by the exam stress because you have already put it behind you. That makes you more enthusiastic and perhaps more passionate about learning and coming to be a good house officer.
I'm sure the Year 5s definitely felt that way, and as a current Year 1, I've definitely appreciated the longitudinal blocks inside my curriculum and have been enjoying them quite a lot. So following our previous question, we know that COVID-19 has transformed our lives, and as such, how has your teaching blocks been conducted since clinical attachments were disrupted or delayed?
Yes, it's been a difficult year, but we have adapted and the students have adapted even better. And where we had to go towards Zoom tutorials, then we had to go towards hybrid tutorials, and we also introduced new pedagogies for teaching, such as a flipped classroom teaching, where we actually made like a Google Classroom, and we put in all the components of teaching with all the videos and the slides for the students to see, and also a platform where the students can approach the faculty for any of their problems. And along with the Zoom tutorials, this sort of platform sort of added, or at least to some extent helped to fill in the gaps as the students couldn't come into the hospital to see real life patients. We also had simulated tutorials for them before the exams with simulated patients to sort of reenact real life situations without real patients. And that kind of helped them to get into the groove and understand how to manage these complex problems in patients.
Thank you so much for sharing. That's really interesting. So, since we're on that topic, I'd like to find out more about something too. Our fourth batch of students have just graduated into the workforce, and I'd like to find out from you, how do you feel working with them?
Well, there are many ways to assess this, right? One way you can assess is that whether they've all gone into postgraduate training and what they're doing afterwards. Other way is always also to see whether they are happy or happy doing medicine after passing LKC medicine curriculum. And the third is, of course, whether they feel that they are one among equals. Singapore has got 3 medical schools, and all 3 medical schools have a different sort of a duration and curriculum in that sense. And our main job or our main intention is that when they come out from LKC medical school, they should be one among equals. They should not feel in any way less to any other school or any other curriculum. And I can very confidently say that we have achieved them. In fact, from the first batch of LKC which cleared, we have a student called Joel, who I can very happily say is now a surgical resident in my department. And I'm very happy to see him there because it's like a whole journey coming through, right? From student to student assistantship to housemanship, and now becoming a resident. And hopefully many such examples I could share with you, going into internal medicine training program, going into family medicine training program. And yes, I'm very hopeful, and so far they have done very well.
That's really heartening to hear. And I hope that my 5 years in LKC and beyond that, I will have that same experience as well.
Yes, you're most welcome in surgery.
Alright, so now we'll be moving on to some more light-hearted questions as well. So, as a faculty member, what do you love most about the community here?
LKC community has stood apart in mainly a few ways. One is the vibrancy of the community. The second is full of opportunities. Something is happening. It's for you to grasp. And the approachability which we have provided here by giving house tutors, and when you come into clinical years, by giving you mentors in a longitudinal level, from a house officer to a senior consultant. You have a few mentors when you come into the clinical years, which really keeps you very buffered, keeps you well trained and well supervised, and at the same time gives you a platform to approach for any problems you have. So I feel that in that way LKC has scored very well.
Yeah, I definitely agree. As a J1, when I was a M1 first coming in, I was really nervous, but honestly my house tutor has been such a great help for me when I've entered LKC, and during my troubles with either academic or non-academic, she's always been really helpful with being a listening ear as well as offering much needed advice. So I'm really grateful for the system that LKC has, and I'm really excited for what the clinical years have to hold.
Absolutely, very true.
Yeah, so as we approach the end of our podcast, I have one final question for you. So, as a student who is keen on coming on board LKC Medicine, what will you tell them to prepare for LKC Medicine?
Okay, very difficult again. The last question. I can tell you many things, but first, why don't we start with you, Amanda? Let's point the gun the other way. You are a first-year student. What do you felt before coming here? What were your fears, and what did you go through?
So I think, as someone who decided to do medicine, I decided at the end of my J1 year, which is not the earliest, but I think that what really helped me was being able to speak to doctors as well as current medical students, because only through that do you really get a good idea of what medicine is really like as a career. And I'm really grateful for all the lovely LKC seniors who've willingly just offered me so much advice, even though I hardly know them. Yeah, and I also took a lot of time to really reflect on myself, whether this career path was truly suitable for me. And I also highly encourage all future students to explore other healthcare courses too, because healthcare is a whole family. And when I got to explore other courses like pharmacy or nursing, and it was only through that I really got to see the whole realm of healthcare beyond just medicine. And I think that experience really helped me to determine why I wanted to come to healthcare and why medicine specifically. So, to all the future juniors, I'll advise you just to really think about why you want to do medicine, why, like, for yourself and not for anyone else, and really just be honest with yourself whether this is the right career path for you. And if it is, then all the best to your application, and I really hope to see you in school one day.
Yeah, that's very true, Amanda. You just hit the nail on the head, because that's exactly what I feel. That you should do medicine if you're passionate about it and not for any other reason, period. And I have seen examples of students and doctors who have joined medicine for all other reasons except for passion. And well, all of them don't turn up well then. So yeah, I would advise the same for all the juniors, all who want to do medicine, that do it for a passion. And this is a long journey, and you need to be passionate about this journey.
Alright, so with that, I think we've come to the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much, Prof, for joining us today. I'm sure everyone will be really glad to hear all the pearls of wisdom that you have bestowed upon us today. So, I hope you've learned more about the clinical practice in LKC's MBBS program, and we hope to see you here. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, Amanda. All the best to you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.